I have seen many parties, especially Jubilee, my colleague Kioni, owning the candidate of Dr. Fred Matiangi. And I want to say, like we have said, the candidate of Fred Matiangi is through UPA. We have seen in the past, wanasiasa wengi wakifanya siasa, kila chama, huyu mchana wetu ambaye tuko naye anaitwa Matiangi, who is a candidate, amekuwa mtu wa mfuto sana. Na inaonekana kwamba parties mingi kusidi 30 wanataka kukaa naye kama candidate wao. But we want to inform the nation and clarify that Dr. Fred Okengo Matiangi will go to the ballot using the UPA party. Other parties will come and work with Fred Matiangi under coalition. But the candidate of Matiangi will be under UPA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's political analysis. UPA, a political party which is believed to be owned by one Fred Okengo Matiangi, today has sent a message to Kenyans and other political parties that, guys, give us a break. Hold on. Matiangi is our candidate. Matiangi has a party. Matiangi has a vehicle to enter with on the table of negotiation. And that all political parties that are scrambling for Fred Matiangi to hold their horses, because this is the party Matiangi will use to vie in 2027 presidential election. And any other arrangement that will be there will be a through negotiation and a coalition with the like-minded parties, including the Jubilee Party. So this is a message from the officials of Matiangi's party, which sometimes may augur well to some people, but it must be disturbing to some of these political parties, like the Jubilee, who said that Matiangi will be their candidate. But in the other hand, it has no harm, because still Jubilee can support Matiangi. But before I enter into that discussion, into deep and breadth, allow me to invite whoever is coming across our channel and our videos for this first time, that the only noble thing that you can do to support MJR YouTube channel is to subscribe. Click the subscription button and do not forget that notification bell, so that anytime we produce such videos, YouTube will automatically let you know. And to our subscribers, we don't want to take your support for granted, because if it wasn't you, MJR would have not been where it is. But there is still a lot to be done, and without your support, we cannot achieve it. But it is not our intention to waste your precious time, and MJR never disappoint. Welcome back. So, the title of this video will be the GenZs stolen moment. The GenZs went to the street, and something just started like a joke, like a chit chat. Then later on, it spread like a bushfire, and it went ahead to change the history of this country and a political dimension and the future of Kenyan politics. As we are, nobody will dare forget 25th June 2024, because that was the day the GenZs wave, the GenZs revolution was felt by the government and the people of Kenya. And the eye of international community was looking in Kenya. International media's reported these issues. They covered it live. They did documentaries. And that is why it was not a day like any other. From there henceforth, the name GenZs became household in every politician's mouth. This word kept on coming, not once, not twice, but times without number. Then the GenZs shaped a lot of things. They are the ones who came with the name of one Fred Okengo Matiangi as the best suitable person they would prefer to lead this country as the CEO, as the chief diplomat, and as the president and the head of state of this country. Owing to the fact that Matiangi handled them properly when they were pupils and students in different level of learning institutions. So they think that that is the caliber or a man or a woman who can lead this country to proper direction and can face and handle the Kenyans' problem head on. So after that, Matiangi's name started featuring in media, in social media, in mass media, and everywhere. So he has been considered. Matiangi has been considered before, but the GenZs are now propelled him to the point that Matiangi himself have to think about this call, and he had set a team of experts who are going to take charge of this call. They were going to go around the country to collect data and to analyze the facts and to give clear direction on how Matiangi can face the race. Because as you know, presidential elections are not very cheap. They are very expensive. So Kenyan politics is monetized and money is largely used to influence the voting pattern and the processes. So later on, political parties started to think about Matiangi, and Jubilee Party has said that times without number that their candidate will be Fred Okengo Matiangi. What was not clear was whether they had anticipated Matiangi to join the Jubilee Party and then he's given direct ticket, or they would support him in whatever formation. And therefore, at the moment, Jubilee Party has no presidential candidate, and their candidate remains Fred Okengo Matiangi. And why GenZ's stolen moment? A lot of things that this generation went to the street to advocate for, they did not enjoy the fruits directly. Number one, when the GenZs went to the street, they toppled Ruto's government, and it was at the verge of collapse. The last stroke that broke the back of the camel was the 25th protest, June 2024. Ruto went ahead and dismantled the entire cabinet, and after that, there were discussions that were to take place. Ruto tried even to engage the GenZs to listen to their grievances, and the GenZs decided to take firm stand and to take a backbench, and they refused to engage Ruto directly because they said that, number one, they were driven by the three principles. They were partyless, they were tribeless, their party and their country was the constitution. And for that reason, they were not able to engage. Then those who were seen or perceived to be the leaders of this movement were trapped into some kind of trickery, I say so, because some were abducted, some were called on the side of the government, some, even the GenZs themselves, accused to be traitors. Right now, Murara Kibaso went ahead to form his own party. Kasmuel Makure joined ODM. And I remember there was a time when the GenZs, they started fighting themselves. You remember the war between Murara Kibaso and Tarus, Nancy, I think Nancy Tarus or somebody Tarus, where they were fighting about the slogan, inject. So this slogan, inject, who came up with it? That was a war that was fought in Twitter between Murara and Tarus. And right now, Murara is heading a political party or a movement called Inject. So the GenZs who are majority in this movement, they were left scattered and stranded. And as the saying goes, when the colonizers wanted to rule Africa and to rule effectively, either direct or indirect, they ensured that they divided us and they ruled us when they were weak, when we were weak. So that movement called the GenZs is a bygone story. It was dismantled, it was weakened, and they scattered. So each one of them went his own or her own direction. So they lost a very good opportunity to the political class, which they said they don't want to engage. As we speak now, each of these, the front runners of this movement or revolution, went their own direction. Murara is supporting the group led by Kalonzo, Gachagua, Karua, Wanjigi, name them, they are in another corner. The likes of Kasmuel went to ODM and others went to William Ruto. So there is no unity. They can never speak again in one voice. Then we say things fall apart and never to be put together again. So that is how the GenZ's moment was stolen. The opportunities that were created in Ruto's government went with ODM. Their candidate is now being fought for by different political parties. Each party want Matiangi to be their candidate because they think that the GenZ's wave is a shocker, is a tsunami which will sweep this country come 2027. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what we can say at the moment. So we thank you all for taking your time to listen to MJR, and may God bless you.